Good morning, Dan. Certainly it has been a very tough night for residents here in Noordhoek. I'm here at the Noordhoek Community Sports Field where about 250 evacuees are situated. Most of them, there's about 150 cars in the car park. Most of them families, they're asleep, while a few people are gathered here in the club. From what we've been told, they were, observing the weather conditions all night. By around midnight, the wind changed because at one point it seemed that the fire was under control, but unfortunately the fire changed and then people were told to evacuate in certain areas, especially off Beach Road. What we know is that at least 7 houses have been damaged in the fire. We've been told that 2 have been razed to the ground. Those houses have thatched roofs. Thankfully, there have been no fatalities and no serious injuries reported at all. Unfortunately, though, what we've been told by the commanding officer is that there have been reports of looting. When people left their houses, people fled. They left their houses with their doors open. Some took what they could. Others just left. And so there has been a bit of looting. Can't actually give you the estimate in terms of how much looting has taken place. But what we do know that Noordhoek is a very small village. There is only one exit point, one entry point. So those are being carefully monitored, and hopefully once daylight breaks, the neighborhood watch guys are out in full force. They will be able to prevent that. We were out at the community center a bit earlier, where lots of firefighters, volunteers still being deployed. The fire, though, is well under control right now. There's also been a slight bit of drizzle, so that's good news. However, the wind is still quite strong, so the wind may push the rain away, which is obviously what people are hoping doesn't happen. But Dan, also with me, I have 2 people who had to evacuate their homes, one of whom is a German tourist who's here on holiday, and the other who says that he and his family have had their bags packed since Friday. I'm going to turn to them now just to give an update in terms of what their experiences have been like tonight. Mark, I'm going to turn to you first.
Yes.
You and your family, you've got 3 kids.
Yes.
You have had your bags packed since Friday. You've been anticipating this. You left your home as soon as you heard the evacuation warning.
Yes, we're able, from where we live, we're right down at the front by the beach in Noordhoek, and we've been able to keep an eye on the fires travelling across Chapman's Peak, which is the main mountain at the side of Noordhoek. And as you said, it looked like everything had sort of calmed down by yesterday. They'd been water bombing the final fires on the side of the peak. Everybody went to bed. As you said, we had bags packed by the sides of our bed. And at 1 o'clock, Natalie, my wife, woke up because she heard the wind change because we left the window open. And sure enough, there was fire raging again, heading off in the other direction. We kept an eye on that for about half an hour, and then decided that it was time to put the bags in the cars and then finally wake the children.
All right, and I'm going to turn to Carl now. Carl, you've been here for about 6 weeks. You have 2 weeks left of your stay.
Right.
Quite an unexpected turn to your stay in South Africa.
Absolutely, and I've never experienced anything like this. It was absolutely crazy because we were between Beach Road and Chapman's Peak in a house which we rented, and I went to bed at 11 o'clock and I saw it coming from the back because the wind changed, and put my wife out of her bed and took something what we could grab and closed the door and went to the beach parking, and stood there and could see everything, and then we were chased to this place here, and then, so therefore we are here, and we are very happy to be here because we are well kept and well looked after.
All right, thank you very much,
Thank you.
Paul. Well, Dan, there you have it. Later we will speak to other people, some of whom fled with whatever they could. One woman who even came with her 2 pianos because those were her most important possessions to her. But for now, that's it at the Noordhoek Community Center, where some people don't even know if their houses have been damaged or not. So that's what they're waiting to hear in terms of when they'd be able to go back home and see just what the fire has wrought.